Welcome to another episode of Historical Churches, where in this video we'll be visiting St Oswald's Church, Filey, Yorkshire. St Oswald's Church was built during the reigns of Henry II, Richard I, John and Henry III. It was probably founded by the Augustine friars of Bridlington, who erected it on the site of an older church. It is probable that the preceding church was of minster status, but damaged or destroyed in the Viking invasions, or the dynastic rivalries of the early 11th century. The land came into the ownership of Walter de Gant of Hunmanby, who founded Bridlington Priory between 1114 and 1124. The earliest parts of St Oswald's date from 1180, and the church was substantially complete by 1230. In architectural terms, the nave, aisles and tower are transitional in style, whereas the chancel and transepts are early English. Norman work can be seen in the nave with its pillars, the clerestory windows and the round-headed window at the west end of the north aisle. During the early 13th century, the original chancel and eastern bay of the nave were taken down, and the eastern extension of the chancel, tower and transepts were built on a grand scale. During the late 13th and early 14th centuries, the nave aisles and the nave roof were lowered. The position of the original roofs can still be seen in the stonework of the tower. In the 15th century, the porches at the south and north doors were built. The south porch has served to protect the south doorway, a fine example of Norman work. At this time too, the battlemented parapets were added. The church was restored in 1839 when the oak seating and the screen across the chancel were removed and new pews installed. Many of the ancient features of the church were obliterated and the walls were whitewashed. Prior to 1839 there were two stairways, one at the west end leading to a gallery and another led to a singing gallery in the north transept. In 1885 all the furniture, stalls and pews were swept away, but the design of the stalls was carefully copied in the new stall carved by Etwall of Beverley. Furthermore, the plaster was removed from the walls, revealing the original stonework for the first time in 700 years. At the same time, the north aisle and parts of the transepts were rebuilt and the nave and aisles re-roofed. During the 20th century, a major change which altered the appearance of the interior of the church was the building of the present organ on the south side of the chancel. This was to replace the one positioned at the west end, which was destroyed by fire in 1908. In the 1980s, work was needed to restore the exterior stonework on the parapets and elsewhere. Over the years this had become eroded and in some cases had practically disintegrated. Rotting wooden floorboards were replaced with stone in the north and south aisles. The aisle roof and the north transept roof were reslated and the lead roof on the south transept was replaced with tiles. The altar was dedicated on Maundy Thursday, 1895. It was a gift of Colonel Mitford on the occasion of his golden wedding anniversary. The front panels were painted by Miss M.V. Wheelhouse of Scarborough. She exhibited it at the Royal Academy and the Champ de Mars in Paris. This crudely carved figure is popularly regarded as being a memorial to a boy bishop who died in his year of office. Boy bishops were selected by the boys of the parish to act as their leader to perform the office of bishop from St Nicholas Day, 6th of December to Christmas Eve. This one dates from the second half of the 13th century. The graveyard is filled with many headstones, most of which date from the 1800s. For the most part, the grounds are well kept and easy to walk around. However, there are sections that are overgrown. There are many ornate headstones in the graveyard, but most striking is this family memorial, which captures your attention with its elegant architecture and carvings. To help the channel, please like, subscribe and share this video out there, and I'll see you all next time for more historical churches. Until then, goodbye.